Okay, so if you want to make more money from the marketing that you're currently doing in your business, there are really three things that you could do. Two of them are very challenging. One of them is quite simple. I've got a tool that I think is going to really help you. So let's dive in. All right, my name is David White. I help business owners get more leads, customers, and sales. And I've got a big idea and a tool that I want to share with you today to help you get more leads, customers, and sales from the marketing that you're doing. So the first way that you could approach increasing the effectiveness of your business's marketing is just to do a bunch more of it. So work more hours yourself or pay people to come and work in your business, which is difficult and potentially expensive. Not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying it's not the easiest way to get started. The second thing that you can do is get more skilled with the hours that you're putting into your business. So you can get better at copywriting, learn how to make better videos, produce more effective content, get better at writing ads, all these kinds of different things. And again, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but that sort of stuff does take time. So it's not the easiest way to get started. The third thing that you can do is really focus on productive activities that actually move the needle. See, I believe that one of the worst things that an entrepreneur or a marketer or a business owner can do is show up and work on a business and do marketing stuff and not see a result for it. In fact, it actually makes me sad when I see this happen, because if you're going to dedicate an hour or 20 hours a week, or if you're going to pay someone 40 hours a week to work on your business, you expect something in return. And that something in return is going to be sales, right? You don't reward people for getting a whole bunch of social media followers or improving the ranking of your SEO optimized blogs if that doesn't actually result in more customers. So that begs the question, how do we identify the most important activities that you should be working on every single week and make sure that you spend a bulk of your time or your team's time working on those things? Well, I've got a tool I want to share with you. It's called the money spectrum. This is something that I've been helping my clients implement and use for a while now. So I want to show you how it works. So the money spectrum, let me pull up my little teaching tool here. The money spectrum looks like this. So it's not overly complicated. We start out with your standard issue horizontal line like this. And we split this horizontal line, this spectrum of all the stuff that you could be doing in your business, in half. So if you think about your marketing and your approach to running your business and all the things that you've got to do and all the things that your marketing people, if you've got any, need to do, we can break that into two different groups. So that's what this line here is for. On the right side, we've got all the stuff that you could do that would lead to getting a sale. Now, there's some things that you could do that maybe are going to make you a little bit of money, and that's great. And there are some things that you can do that are probably going to bring you a whole bunch more customers, and they're really important. And that's great to know as well. On the left side of the money spectrum, this is everything that someone could do in your business that's not actually going to lead to a sale. Now, there are going to be some necessary things that must be done in order to keep the lights on. And then there's going to be some stuff that's more like busy work, if you will. So how do we use the money spectrum? Well, I've filled out a sample version here. Depending on what you do in your business, yours is going to look different to this. But some ideas of things that might go on the right side of this money spectrum would be things like recording a podcast of useful content, optimizing your landing pages, writing ads, filming a video sales letter, writing a new email campaign, or showing up for a sales call. And you can see here that I've arranged these things from like least likely to generate a sale to most likely to generate a sale. And this is important stuff for you to know, and this is important for your team to know as well, because the worst, like imagine how upset you'd be if you had someone on your marketing team who said, oh, sorry, we're falling behind on this campaign. I said, we said we wanted to launch it like next week, but we're 2 weeks behind because I've been so busy like recording podcasts. You'd be like, man, what do you talk? Or imagine if someone had a sales call and they said, oh, sorry, I couldn't show up to do the sales call because I needed to mess around with our landing page and try a different headline. So that customer who wanted to pay us money, he's not, he's not converting, or she's not converting. You'd be pretty upset. So when it comes to your business, it's really effective to think about all the things that you could do with your marketing and rank them out from like, this thing is definitely going to make us money if we commit to it. And this thing might make us some money. It might bring us some new people. It might bring us, some website traffic, and those people might eventually turn into customers, but it's not as important as like this new email campaign that we want to launch or this sales call that we've got to do. So that's the right side of the graph. That's all the marketing stuff that might generate some kind of sale or get you customers. Now, on the left side of this graph, this is all the things that you need to do to keep your business running, ranging from the necessary, like has to get done, payroll type stuff, all the way down to things that we could count as busy work, like replying to social media comments. So what do we do with this tool? Well, first of all, you need to build one out for yourself. And if you've got marketing team members, I would encourage you to ask them, what do you think your money spectrum looks like? Because their answer may be very different to yours. So fill this out. That's step number one. Step number two is to review yourself every single week in terms of how well did I do with focusing on stuff up here and giving this the majority of my attention and getting these sorts of things done as quickly and effectively as I possibly could. Because like I said, we don't want to have someone spending 30 hours a week creating podcast content and ignoring this new campaign that we're trying to launch if it's a big initiative for your company, as an example. We don't want people spending time doing the wrong sort of stuff. So I say review yourself every week because the money spectrum is an idea that it's one of those things that you never perfect and you never can expect to have like a massive string of 10 out of 10 perfect weeks. This is a tool that you can use as a learning activity to improve your ability to focus on the things that actually matter. Now, the third thing that you can do with the money spectrum is to actually tie this back into the results that you're getting. So let's say if you, at the end of the month, sit down and say, how did we go with our podcast this month? Did we bring in a bunch of traffic? How did our new email campaign go? And you may find that, you know what? We didn't spend much time on the podcast this month, but it brought us a heap of leads. And this thing that we thought we were working on that was going to be really important actually didn't turn out to bring us as many sales as we thought. So we need to rebalance this. That's an example. Same thing down here with the stuff that's not necessarily directly related to making money, but is important for keeping your business's lights on. So the money spectrum, this is something that you can use in your business as a tool to make sure that everyone knows what they should be focusing on. When they start their week, they should be looking at the right side of the money spectrum saying, I need to spend the bulk of my time working on these things that really matter. And then if I get some time later on in the week or later on in the day to record a new podcast episode or do that social media thing that I was supposed to be working on, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, this is important because I'm going to steal a quote from a great marketer called Andy Jenkins. If you have a problem and money can make it go away, you don't actually have a problem. And that's a really important idea because if you spend the bulk of your time working on stuff like new campaigns, creating new video sales letters, doing ads, if you spend a bulk of your time working on that sort of stuff, that's going to bring you more money than creating a new podcast, as an example, then you're going to get to the point where you've got enough money where you can hire someone to take care of those things that are lower down the money spectrum. So if you're not entirely sure what should be at the top of your money spectrum, I've got another video on my YouTube channel here that you can watch, which is all about how to create and sculpt your marketing strategy to get more customers, leads, and sales. You can click on that on your screen right now. Thank you for watching. My name is David White. I'll see you soon.